can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Do yourself a favor and listen to this hilarious flashback on Charm City Direct Radio Show.
You know me. I eat like this all the time. Do I gain any weight? No.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Tonight I'm cooking because I miss the creation my hands can make. Too often I focus on my knuckles, and tonight I rather use the precision of my fingers to cut a plantain, place them in a pan, and watch them tan in oil like if I never moved from Puerto Rico would my skin be tostones brown. How I cook to feel closer to home. How this has nothing to do with who can cook better and everything to do with the man on the train that yelled, "English, please!" when I was just giving directions to someone in Spanish. How he was trying to make space for his ignorance by diminishing my culture. How there is no correct way to be Latinx in public after being told to shut up without proving that person right. So tonight I need to cook. Need to take something dead, massage it with adobo, let it get loose on the pan and have a dance to the song of oil and sweat, then watch it give life to those that eat it. Tonight we will eat. Tonight we will praise over our food and not worry about the language we do it in. Tonight the stereotype of being Latinx and loud does not exist here. We are all too busy reteaching our mouths how to be a host for this food, how to leave room for dessert, because there is always dessert in my house. And they all have names that don't have names in English, because when you taste this good, there is no need for translation. There is no English, please, for flavor, for tradition that keeps culture alive. Because we all need to eat. Because we all need to live. Because what's the point of doing either without a little sazon?
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
I had got drunk one night. This is the night that I put my head through the window and everything. So.
Why would you do that?
Now, I was sitting on the floor.
All these stories always involve alcohol.
They do. I was sitting on the floor, and my drink of choice back then was vodka and orange juice. Well, it's still my drink of choice, but I don't drink it as much.
I was a 151 kid, straight up.
I love vodka, especially when it was
that rubbing alcohol.
You know.
What brand?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's up, family? Welcome to the Black Body Man Radio Show. I'm your host, Brother Mike. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I want to welcome my guest we have with us here today. So this is Miss Kiana Milan. Certified nutrition and fitness trainer, right? And she's also the owner of wannagofit.com. So, Miss Kiana, I want to welcome you to the Black by the Man radio show. And I also want to tell you that you hold the title of being the first woman on the Black by the Man radio show. Miss Kiana Milan, all right.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
I appreciate you coming.
Everywhere.
Yes. And beside me is my man, Mr. Kevin Little.
Yes,
Kevin
sir.
is a personal trainer. Let me back up so they can see Kevin. Yeah, see? Personal trainer, right? Yeah. So, Kev, thanks for coming, brother.
No problem,
Appreciate you sitting there.
Sir. Yep.
Appreciate you sitting there. So, my co-host, Mr. Jason Gomes. Jason's running a little bit behind. He'll be here in the next 5-10 minutes. So, we'll squeeze him in. So, yeah, both of you guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for
I
the invite.
appreciate you guys coming out. I think today should be a pretty good show. Okay. So, what we're going to talk about on today's topic is going to be nutritional health and diseases in the black community. Yeah. So we want to talk about health and disease in our community and things we can do to prevent it, and what the 7 most deadly diseases are in the black community. Right. So that's kind of where we're going to start at. But before we get into it, I want to learn a little bit more about Miss Milam here. So Miss Milam, why don't you go ahead and tell them a little bit about Want to Go Fit and what you do?
Well, Want to Go Fit is my baby. It began as a program for people who didn't want to go to the gym.
Right.
Not everybody feels comfortable. You know, you go and, you know, you got like guys over there clunking weights and all that stuff, and not everybody felt comfortable. So I began a program where we could come to you could come to us, we could meet in the park. Basically, no excuses. No excuses.
No excuses.
No
I like
excuses.
That.
That's just what it is. Yeah. And then in recent years, I started introducing like the whole nutritional aspect. Because, you know, just being honest, I had my own weight loss journey. Like, I don't know if y'all can see me. I'm a small girl, but this small girl used to be over 200 pounds.
Okay, all right, all right. Living by conviction.
Yes, sure enough. Because, honey, 200 pounds on 5 feet isn't cute. So it's not, you know. But the thing is, like, when I began my journey, I'm a boxer. I love to box. That's my favorite.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So you got some hands.
That's
watch out.
Wow. Off the clock. But yeah, you know, that was my thing. I lost my weight with just constant training. You know, in the gym, 3-4 hours a day, you know, 4 days, 5 days out of the week. And it really it came off without a problem. But here was the thing. Yeah. I never learned how to eat.
Most definitely.
Okay.
Never learned how to eat.
So we definitely going to talk about that.
We're definitely going to talk
about that.
So when I did, you know, like I said, afterwards, I took a desk job. I went back to school to get my degree. And I found myself in the same situation that my clients had. When I began 10 years ago, my clients would come and they're like, oh, well, I don't have time to work out. I don't this, I don't that. And I'm like, come on, there's always time. Because my mentality was, you know, you make time.
Most definitely.
So with that, I found myself in that situation and where then I had to get control of the fork. Then it was time because I found myself, I didn't have time. I was commuting an hour each way to work. I was, you know, taking 5 classes online. I had 2 children. I was Uber before it was Uber.
Before that was Uber, right? Yeah.
So you know, so I didn't have that time. And it just kind of, I found a program that worked for me. And I incorporated into my business. So that's what I'm doing, saving the world 1 pound at a time.
Very nice, very nice. We need that. We appreciate that. We need that.
Yes.
Miss Kiana actually has an ad on blackbytheman.com. You guys can go on blackbytheman.com and learn a little bit more about what she's bringing to the table.
Check that out myself, man.
Yeah, please do, Kev. I think it's wonderful to see, you know, black people have a concern about health and fitness because statistically this seems to be the area that we don't pay a lot of attention to. And that's why I thought this would be a good topic to discuss today. Now, Kev, you do a little personal training yourself, man. So tell me a little bit about it.
Well, you know, I've been working out, man, naturally from the age of 16, probably 15. It's a lifestyle. I call it a lifestyle because
I like that. I think that's true. Yeah, right.
It's the truth.
Because the thing is, it has to be a lifestyle. I don't like the word diet because eventually you have to stop a diet.
No, a diet is nothing but what you eat.
Exactly.
You can have a diet of Skittles and bananas. That don't mean it's a diet.
Very true. We tend to think of weight loss with diet, but really it's just the way you eat. Okay.
Right.
There you go. And that's very true. But you got to think of it, you know, as a lifestyle. So I just always been disciplined since a kid. I would bang my pull-ups out like every morning. You know what I'm saying? Like even at night, my push-ups, you know. And I recall when I was 16, I told my moms, the only thing I want for Christmas is a set of weights. You know what I mean? And she just looked at me like, that's all? I said, yeah, that's all. You know, that's all I need.
Right.
I see us around here in these streets. I'm trying to add a little beef, you know what I'm saying? So so she went and got the weight set. And from there, it was a wrap, you know. I fell in love with lifting the weights. You know, from that point, I went and joined Bailey Total Fitness.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So I got it in there for a while. And it just became a part of me. And, of course, I seen results super fast, more so genetics. But I seen results super fast, so I loved it. People noticed it, so I ran with it. And, you know, through the course of that, a lot of people reached out and just wanted me to help them. It was never my intentions to just get into that field. But I'm not going to turn anybody down. I'm always willing to help anybody, any tips that I know. And I don't know everything, you know what I'm saying? But what I do know, I can help whoever need the help. And,
right.
we go from there.
Right. Yeah, that's why I wanted you to come, brother, because I knew you was bringing something to the table. Now, Miss Kiana, with Want to Go Fit, what was your goals behind Want to Go Fit? Educating the world on fitness.
Educating the world on fitness, just giving them an accountability partner.
Okay.
Everybody that comes through my program, because I do online training as well. So even if you come to me online, I just want you to know there's support. And I have so many things to support my clients. I give a newsletter. I have a Facebook support group, so that way you can just go in there and post your little recipes or whatever, It's a matter of knowing that somebody is checking up on you.
Most definitely.
That's what it really comes down to.
Somebody got to stay on top of you. Yeah.
Somebody to stay on top of you. And then I want people, like you said, it is not us who typically are in the health and wellness industry.
True.
It is not us.
Let me stop you right there, because we're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on that. Okay. So we're going to go to our first commercial break. We'll be back, and we're going to touch on that it's not us we're seeing that's into fitness, so forth and so on. Black Body Man Radio Show. Brother Mike, we'll be back.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
If you had a dream venue, where would that be? Like, some people want to do Carnegie Hall or like a big stadium somewhere.
I want to go with Madison Square. I wanna feel that building.
So you just shoot for the moon.
I want to feel it. I want to look out and just feel the vibration of all of those people there to be uplifted and all of that, because that's what I want to do for people.
So are you dancing? I
want to implement that. I think I want to start doing some blocking, not tear it up, but just like a
little 1-2,
pale, a little, not voguing, but kind of the essence of it, very posy and hit the mark. Yeah, we're not trying to bust out sweats.
So that's mean you don't have the dance gene in you.
I can dance.
Okay,
that's
not what I want to do.
I can dance, but I'm not, trying to give that. That's not my lane. I want to keep it really kind of a retro feel with the new school with a retro feel.
Okay. Little Banji soul.
Yeah.
People gonna start using that.
Right. And they should.
Little Banji soul. Yeah. But this market, so people know, this was mine.
This where it came from. Because people was queens out here now that was princesses last week. They was princesses before my album dropped. Now they queen or something. Pinky up.
I cannot.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles, and Mr. Miles the writer.
Hip Hop K, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired Radio Show. Now here's one little speech I'm going to give you before I get into the next article. Here's what I want to tell you. Still, fear is big business. Fear is big business. I'm not telling you not to be alarmed by what you're seeing. I'm not telling you not to be concerned. What I'm saying is not to buy into the notion that we should be afraid. You should be informed. You should be aware. You should start educating yourself about some things. I don't have the solutions. I don't have the answer. I wish I could say that if you did X, Y, and Z, you might not get shot by the police. I wish I could tell you that, but I can't. But what I can say is just start making yourself aware of what's going on, but don't be so consumed by what you're seeing that you become afraid, that you don't want to go out. Or you become numb. That's a good point, Nate. Nate said, or you become numb to it, like you just don't care. So we need you to just continue to be in touch with what's going on, but educate your family, talk to your sons, talk to your daughters, because it's not just limited to men. We know from Sandra Bland, she was a young woman who was killed. And we don't want to say, we don't know all the details behind what happened. No. The fact is that person's life still matters. They still have rights. They should not just be killed dead before they even get a trial. Okay, that's the point. They deserve a trial at least, but they can't even make it to the jail cell to get a trial to be tried. They're being killed even before arrest. Terrible. So that's my soapbox.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back everybody to the Black Body Band Radio Show. I'm your host, Brother Mike. So we are sitting here with my guest, Miss Kiana Milan of WannaGoFit.com. Also with my man Kevin Little, personal trainer. And Mr. Jason Gomes is now in the building.
Hi,
so
everybody.
Welcome, Jason, our guest co-host today. Jason, I'm glad you made it in, brother.
Thank you.
I know the traffic could be a little challenging. So for anybody who missed what we're discussing on today's topic, it's about nutritional health and diseases in the black community. So we're going to touch on this a little bit with a couple of our experts here to give us some advice on things. So before we went to break, we was discussing that black people, we feel, are not as into exercise, fitness, and health as we should be. Now, my personal experience, I'm a Planet Fitness kind of guy. I'm a $10 a month kind of guy. Trust me, I've spent $10 on worse. Right?
There you
Best
go.
$10 I've ever spent. So when I go to the gym, I don't see a lot of us. And I'm glad we have you here as a sister, because when I do see us, it's mainly men. Right. I don't see a lot of sisters in the gym. So that's why I'm so thrilled to have you here today to give the perspective, for black women and how, we need to pay attention more to that. So what do you think the rhyme and the reason is why, as like black people, at least from the average black background, that we just really not into fitness and not concerning about what we eat? You know what I mean? We kind of just, living reckless.
Honestly, I think a lot of it goes back to traditions. Okay, and our culture of what we had. You think about it, when you grew up, what were you eating when you grew up?
Right.
You weren't necessarily eating, the healthiest options. You didn't know it, maybe.
True.
But you weren't eating the healthiest
All you knew
options.
is it tasted good.
All you knew is it tasted good.
You didn't know it was fried in lard.
You didn't know. But you think about it, and you go in a lot of our neighborhoods and our communities. It's not a lot of healthy choices.
No. True.
You look at it, you got Popeyes and stuff like that. Fast food and corner carry out or so forth. So that's where we came from. That's what we know. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then as far as like fitness, unless you were playing ball or something like that, you weren't really working out. I mean, that's not.
That's where I got my exercise from, because I played a lot of basketball.
Right.
But we were just on the playground, but we weren't going to do specific workouts.
Right.
It was just
unless you play sports like football team, workout.
Yeah.
But it's hot and go seek. That was a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
That was a lot of cardio.
But children don't even play outside
they don't play
anymore.
They're in the house on Facebook and
there you go, on their devices. So I mean I think that really plays a part in it. As far as I feel like with black women and with us, we want these quick results.
Oh yeah.
We instant results.
Raps.
There you go. Because we don't want to invest that time that it takes, but also the money. that it takes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think about it. In order to really be a health conscious person, it is not very very cheap. It's not something that you can just go and say, oh yeah, I'm a go to the grocery store and I'm a eat well for $20. Right. Stop. That's not going to happen.
Right.
That's not going to happen. Personally, I have my patio garden. I grow, a lot of my own vegetables and stuff because it is expensive, to try and offset the cost. But a lot of times we don't have that. We don't have that opportunity. That's not presented in our community. And then time, we have, maybe a lot of times, we're single parents, we're, working 2 jobs just to make ends meet. Yep. So how is it that you feel like you're going to fit in going to the gym?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
I'll say that's true because I'm finishing up my degree. I'm working full time. I'm doing this. I normally eat healthy, but for like the past 3 months,
the timing, right?
No time, and I can't even. I have a Planet Fitness. I was going, but that
that's my spot.
Once the school
That's the
came,
spot, man.
it's for me being just a student and then having that full time work. I haven't even been eating well or going to the gym.
See?
I actually am more health conscious than the average person, and it's difficult for me. And I go to the Whole Foods and the Wegmans. I get my spinach. I get all that stuff, but it is expensive.
It is.
So you do it when you can, but to eat like that every week, to be honest, I don't even have the time, and I can't because you have to prepare the food.
Right.
You got to do all that.
Yeah.
I ain't got time. I got to get up and go to my job and then go to school even after this.
Right.
And then, so I don't have the time.
I definitely think that in our society they have made it very convenient not to eat healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The food that's not healthy for you is what you can get the easiest.
Exactly.
Every corner.
2 minutes
Right.
will give you what you need.
Exactly.
The last time I had actually spoke with my family physician, he told me, he said, look, what you need to do is when you go to the supermarket, stay out of the middle aisle.
Yes.
Shop
the perimeter.
Shop in the produce section.
Yes.
Shop in the produce section.
Yes.
But looks like we got another break running up on us, so we're going to go to break, and then we're going to get into the actual 7 diseases that are top in the black community. So stay tuned. We'll be back. We're going to discuss the diseases. Black by the Man Radio, Brother Mike.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do. I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Be Exposed Radio.
Definitely not taking responsibility for other people's emotions and things that's going on, and owning up to who you are. I know that's what you were finishing on, so you can speak more on that, sister.
Yeah, just making sure, because at the end of the day, what happens to us, especially women, we're nurturers. So by life, we tend to want to, I call men projects, like fix-me-uppers, people that come with issues. And for some reason, we all have issues, but people who want you to help them through their issues, So we take on projects because we get to the point to where we're like, okay, I just want to have somebody as opposed to the quality of the person that you're getting. And then we start to own all of their issues, and we start to feel bad because things are not progressing the way that we want it to, you know, and that's not fair to us. So we can't own somebody else's stuff. If somebody's not ready when you meet them, that's not your fault. That's theirs. It's their loss. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, what's up? It's the man you all know and love, E. Digger, the host of the Charm City Direct Radio Show. Make sure you catch me and my crew every Saturday from 5 to 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Yeah, this the man that holds it down, Mr. Showtime, D the Boss. Check us out every Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time only on BeExposedRadio.com.
I'm in a relationship. My girl happens to be long distance. So with that being said,
I beat my thing like it owes me money. Sorry.
Because I asked that because so many people are not comfortable.
Here's my thing. It's mine.
That's right.
And you need to know yourself before you can have somebody please. If you can't tell nobody how to please you, if you don't know how to please yourself.
That's right.
You know what you like. You know what you like. You know the stroke, all that. So you're right. And I mean, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. It's your body. Yeah, I'm over here struggling with the ear.
Yeah, I'm glad it's you today. I'm glad it's you today, brother.
Oh, this thing going to drop. It's going to drop about at least like 5 times.
I'm over there struggling.
So E. do you have a problem with masturbating?
No, I don't. I don't masturbate often because I have a fear of going blind. So yes, when I found
you could go blind from
I read about.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
What's up, family? Welcome back to the Black Body Man Radio Show. I'm your host, Brother Mike. I'm here with all my special guests. We are discussing nutritional health and disease in the black community. So this is what I want to talk about. I went on WebMD, right, which everybody's pretty familiar with WebMD.
Yes. Right.
Okay, so according to WebMD, the 7 deadly diseases that strike African Americans is diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, heart attack, stroke, asthma, and then this is the one I wasn't familiar with. Deaths from lung scarring, what they call sarcoidosis.
Ah, really?
I was not familiar with that one, but evidently this is prolific within the black community. So those are the top diseases. So I want to start with diabetes. And what they said about diabetes says diabetes is a disease that affects your body's ability to produce and use insulin. Insulin is a hormone. When your body turns the food that you eat into energy, also called sugar or glucose, insulin is released to help transport the energy to the cells. Diabetes is 60% more common in black Americans than in white Americans, and blacks are up to 2.5 times more likely to suffer a limb amputation and up to 5.6 times more likely to suffer kidney disease than other people with diabetes. So me personally, I think a lot of black people have experience with either a family member or knowing someone that has diabetes. So this one's pretty bad. This one's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about diabetes a little bit and the seriousness of it and what can be done, because I spoke with a particular doctor and he said something to me about diabetes that I never had heard before. And he said, listen, I'm going to shoot it straight for you. He said, if you have diabetes, you are dying.
Wow.
I was like, wow. He was like, that's it in a nutshell.
Wow.
He said, you are dying. It's a slow death.
Yeah.
But you are dying. Your body is dying. And even on What the Health, the doctor said, you know, kid gets diagnosed with diabetes, you just shaved 19 years off your life. You know, so
think about it.
In our community, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think is bringing on diabetes in such a high rate? I'll go with you first, Miss Milan.
Diet.
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 The
So
diet.
it's the food.
It's the well. You know what? I believe it's not only the diet, but that and inactivity.
Right.
That is what's doing it. You know, like you said, we touched on it before. The fast food. You know, the quick choices.
Right.
That's it. You know, we we have, like you said, our traditions of where, you know, after you eat your dinner, you get your cake or you get your dessert or whatever, you know. These things are things that have been inbred in us. And then, like I said, inactivity. I don't know if, I mean, I'm not a big, like, TV person, but have y'all noticed over the last, like, few years or 10 years, say, what has taken over?
Netflix.
Reality TV, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Reality TV.
Right.
Everybody is watching what everybody else is doing
Right.
and not paying attention to what they're doing.
Exactly.
So that's what I mean, that's my opinion.
Distraction.
But
I
distraction.
Agree. Yeah, I agree. Distraction. Yeah. This is why we have the Black by the Man radio show. So we can bring to you guys some info that you might not catch nowhere else. Appreciate everybody tuning in. But yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Again, I watched What the Health. My personal experience, it definitely made me change some things. I am 40 days in with no meat. I've lost 12 pounds. I haven't eaten dairy.
Yes, do it.
You know, so What the Health definitely made me evolve a little bit more, because I think what happens when we get into our everyday life, weekday workforce, we go to work, we pay bills, the way we eat and exercise gets put on the back burner.
Oh, for sure.
You know, it gets put on the back burner. Like, we stop learning, we stop evolving.
Yeah.
And I want this show to kind of re-stimulate people's mindset towards certain things, like the diseases in our community. Like I said, I know people with diabetes who take insulin shots. I know people who have had their amputations of toes and feet. And I know people who have passed away from diabetes.
I'm a Tribe Called Quest fan.
Right.
When Fife died, I was like,
that was,
you know, it was devastating to me.
Right.
And I thought back, you know, to his lyrics, you know, the funky diabetic.
Right.
You know
Funky
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
you flowing along. You're not even thinking about what he's saying.
Right.
I mean,
He definitely said that.
He definitely said
For
that.
all you hip hop heads out there,
Yes.
talking about Tribe Called Quest with my man Fife, and there's a lyric where he calls himself the Funky Diabetic.
And you know
So
what's
yeah,
scary?
good observation.
You know what's scary about that? He had the resources to maintain.
Yeah.
So even then,
right. So what do you think that's about? He just didn't want to make the changes, or he didn't know? I mean, what do you think?
Choices.
It could be a little bit of both, because sometimes certain people don't want to deal with their mortality, because it just in general. Because now that you said that, that made me think when the doctor said you're dying.
That's what he said.
So that
He said
in my
you're
head, I
dying.
just went, whoa.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm the type of person, you can't tell me anything about dying. Like, if you said to me, you know, Mike, if you keep eating Doritos, you're going to die. I'm not Doritos no more. No more Doritos. You know, like, to me, it's not rocket science. I know it's said and done, but I'm just saying, you know, being that we're in this information age where we can now learn these things, like, we have to evolve, you know what I mean? So, like, I've had family members that I've had to keep getting in their ear, like, look, man, you can cure this. You don't have to suffer through this. It got a lot to do with what you eat.
But you know what else? Alcohol.
Oh yeah, alcohol.
You think about most, like, I know my family and, you know, my husband's family, a lot of times we get together or so forth, is this extra delicious food with all of this fried stuff and fat in it, but right next to it is bunch of alcohol.
Yeah, you know, we got to have that.
You know, so that's the thing.
That's gonna make you start eating too.
It does make you start eating, you know, and then, you know, other choices too that, you know, just kind of perpetuate the situation. Right. It's more of, like you said, if we were educated, like, you know, the What the Health, they have Forks Over Knives is
I've
another
seen that
one.
as well on
you
Netflix.
know, yes,
Yeah,
all
I've
of
seen
these
that.
are on Netflix. So with, like, you know, the education of it, I think if we really just step back and say, okay, well, let me think about it. What is it really doing to me? Am I dying slowly? You know, do I care about, you know, my legacy after? Because do I want to have grandchildren?
Your kids, grandkids.
How you gonna have grandchildren? You can't.
Right.
You're not going to be here to take care of them if you don't do what you're supposed to do right now.
Right.
And through education, like you said, I think these documentaries are great. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, they are. They are.
Great. Remember Super Size Me?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
And they lost business. McDonald's has actually started closing stores because of it.
And another one that we kind of left out, which was the food, alcohol, and soda. Soda is another one that would do.
I didn't even think of soda because I don't drink soda at all. Like I've never drinking soda like that. Like if I drink a soda, it's because I'm somewhere and that's the only option they have. Like because you couldn't pay me to buy a soda.
Because if it was 69, like if that bottle right there, right, you have that right there. Would you put 60 teaspoons of sugar in there?
Right.
Ooh,
yes. No.
Very good visual, son. Very good
so when
visual.
we drink it, you gotta. Like you would never do that. So if someone said, "Here's this tea," put 40 teaspoons.
But that's what it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I actually took sugar out of my house altogether. So like I don't even have any sugar in my home, right? And I replaced it with raw agave nectar. So anything that I would naturally want to sweeten, I use raw agave nectar. So that's a little tip for the people listening. If you want to stop your sugar intake, you can replace sugar with raw agave nectar.
Or like your natural sugar is also like fruit.
Right.
Like
I
mean, they have the they're called infusers. The infusers now. And like you just add your fruit. I like mint in mine. And I'll use sweet mint if I want something like a little sweeter. But try
I'll tell you what I also noticed with my journey. Right. So 40 days in with no meat. Right. And limiting my sugar intake. I haven't done any eggs, and as far as dairy, it's just been cheese when I get cheese on stuff, right? But it changed my whole palate.
Yeah.
So like after doing that, and then the first time I ate a cupcake, it was disgusting.
Yes.
It was like it felt like I ate a box of sugar. You know what I mean? Whereas before, I love these things. These little zingers and things like that. But when I stopped eating it, my body wasn't craving it like that. And it was like when I tasted it for the first time, it tasted like poison. Like it did not taste the way it normally tastes. And I was like, wow.
And to add to that, that's similar to like a Muslim. They go so long without pork.
Right.
That once they finally eat it for whatever reason, they get sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they connect it to the spiritual reason, which is okay, but it's really not that. It's the fact that you deprive yourself of it for so long. Now your body is rejecting it. Because maybe it is poisonous.
It's definitely poisonous. It is definitely poisonous. So do you guys have anybody that that's suffered with diabetes and kind of thing?
Everybody.
Tons of family grandmother, family members, aunts, uncles.
My brother. My brother, actually, he just he had a stroke about maybe 3 months ago. But my brother is 9 years older than me. I'm 37, so he's like 46.
Okay.
Now at 46, he suffered a stroke. But he also is diabetic. Now, remember you said that your doctor told you, hey, you're dying slowly.
Right.
Now, a lot of times, what you mentioned, you said it's not necessarily that you don't have the resources. It just maybe you don't want to deal with the situation. You figure, I'm good. I can keep it going.
Right.
And that's why, kind of leading to that list, that's why I feel like strokes are prominent in our community.
Strokes are very prominent. Very prominent.
Because we keep the party going.
And that's true.
Just saying.
And that's related to your diet as well. Strokes is almost hand in hand with heart attacks. It's the same causes. You know what I mean?
And strokes kill 4 times more 35 to 55-year-old Black Americans than it does any other race. So you're right. Stroke is very common, and of course the stroke is coming from high blood pressure. So now we're getting into the high blood pressure. But as far as the diabetes, what I want to say for the people who watching, if you know a diabetic or a family member who has diabetes, it has a lot to do with what you eat. Like according to What the Health, as well as Dr. Joel Furman in his book, Live to Eat, Not Eat to Live.
That's right.
They said diabetes is the easiest to cure. So here we got this prolific disease within our Black community, and the doctors are saying this is the one disease you can cure in the next 30 days.
You really can.
Right. Just
you really
stop
can.
the meat intake. So flip your intake from majority plant and vegetable. Yeah. You understand what I mean? Absolutely. Versus being majority of meat and protein. Right. And then diabetes has disappeared. Now, me personally, I've never been diagnosed as diabetic myself, but it does hit home because, like I said, family members and friends, so forth and so on. And then when I had spoke with my doctor, like you was referring to, about a family member, and he was like, you know, they're dying, man. You know, I have a black doctor, by the way. I'm sure everybody's shocked about that. But yeah, you know, he explained that it's a slow death, like it's killing you. You know, and I mean, the way he put it to me, it was in simplistic terms. You know what I mean? He's like, come on, think about it. You got something where they're eventually gonna cut your foot off, and then they're gonna cut your toes off.
Yeah, you tell me.
He said those are parts of your body that's dying. He was like, those are the parts of your body that's dying. Yeah. So it's just gonna keep going through the rest of your body. You know, when all you got to do is stop taking in so much meat and increase your plant and vegetable intake. Right. And then that can bring all of that down. Wow. But let's go into this high blood pressure. Now, high blood pressure, I can relate to. I have high blood pressure. You know, like I guess I'm a typical statistical black person with high blood pressure. Now, mine's is not anything extreme. I take a very low milligram pill, but through evolving and learning about nutrition, I'm trying to get off that altogether.
I'm about to say that could be possible.
Yeah, I'm getting off that altogether.
I know that's right.
I'm making that happen. I think we have to evolve. You know, like I can't go through life and think, okay, well, I'm at a mature age now. Like, who cares? No, I care. You know, like
discipline. I
care.
Oh, I love that. That discipline.
That discipline.
That's where I feel like we're lacking. We're lacking in discipline. When you make, like you said, you said, oh, I'm busy. I'm this and that, or whatever. It's our discipline that keeps us on track and making these choices. You know, when we start making all of these, fast choices or whatever, it's just because, well, you know what? I'm not as committed to my goals or myself as I say I am.
I don't. Maybe you got other goals that you put more importance on rather than your nutritional goals.
I mean, it's not even nutrition. It's just like you said. It's your lifestyle.
Most definitely.
It's your lifestyle. Your lifestyle can take you out.
Yes. Right. Man. It can. I mean, when I stopped eating meat, I can't tell you the number of people. Like when I talk to them, and I say, I don't eat meat no more, and they'll say, oh, I can't do that, Mike. I can't do that. I just can't let that go. And it kind of makes me chuckle because I look at them like, you don't have to. Like, this is my journey. That's right. But that's how taboo it is. Like they look at you like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. And I'm just like, look, bro, for me, it's about health. I want my son to see me evolve so he can also evolve as he grows older. And I don't want to be sick.
I know.
I don't want to be sick. Like we've all been sick before. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. I don't want to be sick. So, like I said, with my personal situation, I feel good.
That's what's up.
I'm 40 days in, and I feel good. I know my blood pressure is lower.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep it rolling until I can get off these pills altogether.
I'm pretty sure if you keep up this lifestyle, your next visit.
I'm getting off my blood pressure.
There you go. Claiming it.
Coming up off that.
Yes.
Won't be long either.
And that's why I want to have this type of platform so we can educate other people and make them realize, like, you don't have to keep, well, let me say this politically correct. The American medical field, and this is from What the Health, as the doctor said, we operate from a disease model. We treat symptoms of your disease. We do not teach you how to not get the disease.
That's right.
Exactly. There's no money in that.
That's
so everybody pay attention to that.
That's right.
The doctors admit it. We simply treat your symptoms. We do not teach you how to not get the disease. And it was so serious that on that documentary, that they were talking about how they tried to implement a law that would require these doctors to do 7 hours of nutritional training, over a 4-year period. And they said that was too much.
Yes.
You can't expect me to do 4 hours of class over a 7-year period.
I was shocked. Do that. I was shocked.
But they went to college for 10 years to be a doctor, so what's the point?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's crazy.
And I'll tell you what I thought was also real important on that documentary. The one woman doctor, she made a statement that I couldn't believe she said. She said, listen, as doctors, you guys come to us and you think we have the answers to everything. But some of the stuff you bring to us, we never even heard of because we didn't study that in school.
Right.
You know, like
I
they
can
have a
recall
curriculum. So when you come talking nutrition and then that wasn't part of their curriculum to become an
Nutrition
MD,
is not in their curriculum.
It's not in there at
You know
all.
what?
So she was like, we really don't know. She was like,
know.
and I want you guys to understand that we're human. We don't have the answers to everything. Feel free to educate
You can teach
yourself.
your doctor, because I had a doctor's appointment checkup, and he was like, "Man, you're so healthy." And I told him about colloidal silver, and he had no idea what it was. So I told him about the benefits of colloidal silver and all that.
Yeah.
And he was like so intrigued, listening, like on the edge of his seat. And I'm like, "Wow,
You're teaching him.
Knowledge is power."
And he wanted to know more about it. Long story short, I was just so at all about that situation.
Yeah. I know about that colloidal silver water. And we'll talk about that. So we're going to go to break. Black by the Man radio show. We'll be back after the break.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
It's time for a flashback.
Now, I'm not gonna say all Aries don't know, but
it's just the one you had. That was
just a single one, you know. But it's always something that you can
go ahead. So can you recollect any signs that you might like get right?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he f***ed his back anyway. So I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. Ain't no way.
Not the how they bust? Let me show how they bust.
And then want to cry afterwards. I mean, what the f*** is the point of the tears? I mean, I can see you shake, and shake it off real quick. But you crying? F*** out of here.
What was he crying for?
Cause baby, this pussy make that. You in? I got that good nasty bitch. The shame.
McLean's Couch every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, family, to the Black by the Man radio show. We are here discussing nutritional health and diseases in the black community. I'm here with my guest co-host, Mr. Jason Gomes.
Hi, everybody.
And we've also been blessed with Miss Kiana Milan of wannagofit.com. And then we got our personal trainer, the big man on campus, Mr. Kevin Little. So if you guys haven't watched, we were actually talking about high blood pressure. So I want to read something. Again, WebMD. Okay, so it says that blacks develop high blood pressure earlier in life, with much higher blood pressure levels than whites or other races. Nearly 42% of black men and more than 45% of black women aged 20 or older have high blood pressure. So that's a lot of us. That's a lot of us. So Kev, I'll start with you.
Okay.
What advice as a personal trainer would you give to someone to help lower their blood pressure?
Well, number one, diet. I would remove. I feel like salt contributes the most diet-wise to high blood pressure. Sugar, not so much, but of course, sugar's still bad for you. But remove the salts. I stopped using salt years ago. I used the black pepper, the cayenne pepper. I mean, I put it all over my plate. Yeah, you know, because that's actually healthy for you, you know, and it's a fat burner, cayenne pepper.
Well, sea salt's better, right?
Sea salt is way better.
If you want to use salt,
sea salt.
Use sea salt.
Still go easy with it, but that's actually good for you. Man.
Yeah, the sea salt actually can benefit you.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. You can get the pink Himalayan sea salt. I actually just bought me a pink Himalayan salt lamp that you can buy for your room and plug it up. And when you plug it up, on the box it'll tell you it reduces allergens and it gives you a better mood. Just Google it, you'll see for yourself. And it just like filters the air. It sucks all the moisture out there. And it just brightens up your day, man. And so salt is, you know, it's from the earth. The natural salt is good. But in regards to the high blood pressure as well, in the black community, we have a lot of stress. And I feel like, we're descendants of slaves, and that stress kind of, you know, it's naturally in us. So we get stressed out so easily, and that can take your blood pressure up. So you can have a healthy diet and be stressed out and still get the high blood pressure.
Still have high blood pressure.
Yeah. So you got to watch your stress levels. You got to kind of have a I don't give a you know what attitude. And I tell my wife this all the time, and you know it's funny because she don't like me saying that because I have it. And every time I go get a checkup, I'm so healthy. The doctor just tell me how healthy I am. Right. You know, but I tell that's the I don't give a F attitude. I just let stuff go. I don't hold on to stuff.
Right.
That's right.
It helps.
You know, to piggyback off of that, the same.
Right.
I've never, not officially had high blood pressure, but I was borderline, you know. But at that time, I had so many things going on in my life.
Right.
And not that I don't have them now, but I did adapt my attitude.
There you go.
And I changed my mindset. You know, I think like with high blood pressure, if people just took 10 minutes out their day to meditate.
There you go.
Meditation
just
is
meditate.
Yeah, meditation is
you know, I mean, my clients that come to me sometimes, you know, they walk through the door. I see these people on a regular basis, so you know when someone comes through the door and that energy is just off.
Right.
You
just
know
ain't
that
right. Just ain't right.
Just isn't right. So I will totally revamp that session.
Right.
We may, you know, been going and doing some hit, but okay, we're gonna do some yoga, boo. We're gonna calm it down, you know. So I think like if we just like you said, kind of adapt it, you know, kind of laid back attitude, and then of course take that salt, you know, all of the salty, and like you said, you don't even realize that salt is in a lot more things than you realize.
Yeah, it is.
Gatorade, drinks.
Do you remember the scene on What the Health where they were showing the chickens being injected
with
the sodium?
To make them more like full, I guess.
So here you have us, right? So we getting this chicken, and we thinking we're going to lessen the blow of the cholesterol and the sodium by the way we prepare it. And we have no idea. It ain't even going to matter how you prepare it.
It's already been injected.
We got a caller? All right, we got a caller. We got a caller. Let's see who we got on the line. Caller, are you there? Hello.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
Hey, who am I speaking with?
Yes, I'm here.
Tell us your name, sir.
Hey, Mike, you know what this is, man. It's Marvin, man.
Oh, Marv, what's up, brother? Thanks for calling in, Marv.
Hey, what's going on?
Talk to me, brother.
You kind of breaking up just a little bit.
Can you hear me a little better?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
Okay, go ahead, Marv. You got the floor.
I just pretty much want to add it, pork.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? I can hear you. You still there, Marv?
Yeah, bad service.
Bad service. But he said the most important thing, pork.
Yeah.
That's what you got to get rid of.
Yeah.
Marv, I think we might have lost you, but if you can hear me, feel free to call back in.
But he's right. That
thanks
pork.
for calling.
That pork.
Yeah, that pork is something poisonous.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, with this particular show, right, I want the show to be about black folks, right? So I try to avoid going into any particular religion or anything like that. I want it to be neutral because we all got different perspectives, right? So for me, I don't care if you're Christian, if you're Hebrew, if you're Muslim, if you're Buddha. Before you any of that, you black. You had to get to that. Yeah, you had to get to that point. You was black from day one. So we're going to keep it on some black stuff. But in the Bible, there actually is scriptures that go against eating pork. You know what I mean? So, you know, again, I think that's in everybody's Bible. Whether you got a Quran or King James or, you know, something else. So just to touch on, that pork is dangerous, man. Like, I watched a documentary where it went over all the bacteria and the parasites and things that are inside of pork. So what I learned through my journey with pork that the doctors are not telling you, right, is that when we get sick and we catch a cold, they have us in this society automatically attaching that to some germs that we got from some kids or somebody sneezed on you, so forth and so on. But what they're not telling you is a lot of the times it comes from what you eat. So no one's associating that cold, that flu, that stomach virus with the bacon that they ate all week, right? With the pulled pork sandwich that they got when they was out and about. So that's what I discovered. And I'm like, wow, like this story with pork just gets worse and worse. It's filled with parasites, you know, it's got all kinds of bacteria in it. And putting it in that pan and frying it up does not kill everything. It doesn't kill everything. So I think he made a valid point with that pork, you know. Even though, according to What the Health, the one doctor in particular, he said if he recommended anything to cut out of your diet, he said the poultry. And he said strictly because of volume. Because even though pork may be worse, but we eat more chicken. Yeah, we eat more chicken. Yeah, so he said the poultry and the turkey is the worst, and that he said pork is 89 grams. Love chicken. And then, love chicken, right? And then the chicken was 84. So it wasn't that big of a difference. But let's go to commercial break. And I see Marvin has typed in a comment. So when we come back from commercial break, we'll read Marvin's comment and we'll finish this commercial. I mean, finish this discussion. Black Body Man, Brother Mike, we'll be back. Yeah, like...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Joining us right now is Mr. Antonio Long. He was one of our first See Baltimore artists. That tour is actually under construction, and we're doing some revamping and making sure the foundation is solid.
Yes.
So we haven't forgotten about it. So December we kind of took a pause, and we'll be back up and running in January. My mind is gone. Food. I need food. If you're in the downtown Baltimore area and you have a cheeseburger in your hand, definitely stop past the studio, give me a call, and let me know where you are, and I'll meet you wherever you are. But Antonio Long is joining us in the building. He's a singer, inspirational, not necessarily gospel, not necessarily R&B, but encompass.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, family, to the Black Body Man Radio Show. So I want to touch on Mr. Marvin Dix's comments here. So Marv says, we need more farmers markets near African-American neighborhoods instead of liquor stores and Chinese restaurants.
Absolutely.
Marvin, I agree with you wholeheartedly, brother. Wholeheartedly.
You know,
give me your thoughts, Miss Milam.
In Compton, what was her name? I wrote her name down. It's a young lady that she opened the first, Kia Patterson, in Compton, California, opened the first like African American grocery store.
That's very nice. Very nice.
She wanted, her whole purpose was to have her people have the opportunity to eat well.
Right.
Because as you said, as Marvin said, the liquor stores are on every corner in our community.
So they're making sure we drink well.
Oh yeah, okay. Because you know what? They want you not to be worried about your stress.
Right.
They want you just to go ahead and kind of sort of kill yourself
and
off.
add to that, look who own. Exactly. To add to that, look who own on a liquor store. For some reason, the Koreans, with Chinese, whatever, but look who own them.
Right.
That's weird. 99% of the liquor stores is owned by that particular race.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
something
in our neighborhood.
In our neighborhood.
Yeah, not to go off subject, but with malt liquor, and I just discovered this in recent years, right?
Yeah.
There is actually a chemical inside of malt liquor, and I forget the name of the chemical.
Really?
But it's a chemical that over time gives you a chemical imbalance within your brain and can cause basically fits of rage and fits of anger. Okay.
What?
Now, when I learned this,
Yeah.
it suddenly made sense to me as to why when you go to a white liquor store, you can't find malt liquor.
No.
There's no malt liquor in there.
That's true.
So when we look at some of the violence in our communities, like we don't even know there's a chemical inside the malt liquor that's actually causing.
And it's
act
cheap.
A certain way. Yeah, it's very cheap. But that's another discussion. I'm gonna take y'all down the rabbit hole on that on another day. But point being, poison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for her to recognize that we need to have something that's tailored towards us, that is wonderful, because I think as a people, so many of us are afraid of that. Like we have no issue with seeing a grocery store and say it's for Asians. We'll say, oh yeah, it's an Asian grocery store.
There's no problem.
Right. You can see another one that's,
Not offended.
they sell German food or whatever. But it's like when we do it, then people get uncomfortable. Like, I don't think you should make it just black food, But it's like, it's like, but why not? We got to get away from being scared to do things that benefit us.
Yeah.
And as you can see, Brother Mike at the Black Body Man Radio Show is not scared of that. This show's about black business, black lives, and black matters. It's not out to offend anybody else.
And that doesn't mean
my concern is for us.
Most definitely, to add to what you said, that doesn't mean anti anything.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just pro us.
They assume that can't nobody go into those particular establishments besides black people, but that's never the case.
No. Yeah,
everybody's always welcome.
Yeah, everybody's
that's
always
like a myth,
welcome.
like a myth. People, attached to that.
We're just trying to educate our people. We're trying to have discussions that we feel are not normal discussions. You know what I mean? So that's what we're trying to bring to the table at Black Body Man, and I appreciate you guys participating in that. But that is wonderful. So like her store. Is she selling healthy food?
I mean, that's what she does. She sells healthy, give I guess cost effective healthy options for her community.
Nice.
And that's what you want.
Yeah, that's
like you
exactly
said.
What we want.
I personally, and my neighborhood is Aldi's. So a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know.
My spot.
I don't go in Aldi's.
That's my favorite market now.
I tear Aldi's up.
Look, it's funny you said that, right? Because let me tell you something about Aldi's. Aldi's is actually the first store that basically, like, everything in there is organic.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Like, they don't have an organic section.
No.
The store is organic. Now, who would have thought that with Aldi's, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's I had a client that she said she went and got chicken breasts from there.
Yeah.
She said her husband was like, man, this is the juiciest chicken. And the thing is, so she's, I guess, a regular Walmart shopper.
Right.
So she went, back to her regular store and got this chicken or so forth. And he was like, no.
He didn't want
He didn't want that.
Right.
Like you
Tastes
said, but Aldi's is one of those places that gives us a cost-effective option to eat well. And I'm with Marvin. Like I said, I have my own garden. I mean, I can't physically plant it, and when I get back to Texas, please believe I am.
It's going down.
But
my grandmother, great grandmother, because I had all my grandmothers at one point when I was a kid. I mean, I had my mother, my mother's mother, my mother's mother's mother, and my mother's mother's mother.
Wow.
She died at 116.
Wow.
So we would be in. I just saw her house when I went to the funeral in North Carolina. The family owns her daughter is still alive. Actually, she's like 100 something.
Right.
So she had a garden in the back of the house, and we had parties in the McDonald's right up there. Right. This is in Moyock, North Carolina. She said, I don't know why y'all eat that. That stuff is killing y'all with no science, no nothing.
Right.
Because even when she had the chickens, she'd just be
boom. Right.
It just that's it. It was
chickens.
no, but and I've noticed it's so funny because the chickens were small.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now when I see a piece of chicken this big, I'm like,
Yes.
I've seen a real chicken.
Oh yeah.
No chicken.
Even the party wings be. You know,
Yes.
you just look at like, this don't even look right.
Yeah, my husband won't
She-
even eat that.
No.
She ate out of a garden because she was from that area. She's even born in the late 1800s. So there was no store for her to go to. She's in North Carolina, so it was a pretty decent sized garden, but she had it forever.
Right.
So I just look at her living to 116 and not even really having just expired because of just the age, not any health issues.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's
took no medications.
and no, because and that just made me think because I remember being a kid like 6 or 7, playing in the backyard. And we trying to go to the McDonald's. And she's like, "Why y'all eating that stuff? That stuff just killing y'all." And I'm just like, "This lady had no science, no."
It was definitely different. It was different for them back then. I think we need to get back to some of those ways, having gardens and stuff. Because like with you saying that, it's just bringing back a memory on me. Like my grandmother had a grapevine in her backyard. You understand what I'm saying? Like when I look back on that as a kid, like when's the last time you seen somebody with grapes in their backyard? My grandmother had a setup similar to this with the boards that went out and the vines hung over. She made her own wine. She made her own jelly. You understand what I mean? Now my brother's watching this, so DJ Big Man, you remember them grapes that grandma had? You know what I mean? And she used to make the jelly and put it in the mason jar.
Yeah, my grandmother,
she did the
same.
Like gardening, they understood we had to garden back then. Because when you look at today, right, and I was explaining this to a customer of mine, you go to the store, right? There's a health food section. Yeah. Okay. So what I explained to my customer was, if they have a health food section, what does that say about everything else in the store? Yes, like if there's a section that's labeled health food,
that's the smallest section.
Yeah, smallest section. So it's like, what is the rest of this stuff? You understand what I mean? Like there was no such thing as organic food. It was just called food. It was food. it was already food. Yeah. It was just food. And we need to get back to that. But go ahead, Jason.
But that's just crazy. So like, it's one lady online. I saw it just in a regular YouTube video. She's like, her husband kept on eating pork. He just huge, and she had her they actually had her write a book. She collected her rainwater, and you know what?
I saw that.
And this lady is 75. It looks like she's a 40.
Yes,
the rainwater triggered it. Yeah,
the rainwater, and then she cured it however she did it. She just collected it in the barrel, and she grew her own fruits and vegetables inside, let alone even outside. So, and then you should see she looks.
Awesome.
Have you ever done any garden? I actually did some gardening before. I had a small garden, and I grew some peppers and some onions in it.
Oh, wow.
And look, and I can tell you, right, that it was kind of nostalgic the first time that I went to the garden and plucked a pepper that I was going to use in the food I was cooking. You know, like I felt different.
But you know, it does. It makes you feel like you are taking action over, you know, of your lifestyle, over your diet. You know, my mom, it was her birthday yesterday, and
happy birthday, Mom! Happy birthday.
I had made. Of course, you know, we grilled, but my sides were, you know, I had grilled vegetables, you know, and those vegetables, a lot of them came out of my garden.
Yeah.
So, you know,
that felt good.
It does. You know, I'm feeding my family. I mean, my immediate family, of course, they eat every day, but, you know, I'm now feeding my family.
Right.
From my freaking patio.
From your patio.
Good. You know,
I mean, that you grew.
That I grew.
That's
nice. My
nice.
grandmother had a garden in the back, and then flowers in the front. So, you know, I kind of adapted that. You know, I love greenery. I love plants and flowers and so forth. But I do like you said, to grow my own.
Yeah, it definitely, it was a nostalgic type feeling. Mm-hmm. Like when I first seen the first pepper growing, like I just grew a pepper. So I didn't know the peppers change colors. You know what I mean? So I learned something with that because it started off like green. And then I checked back on it, you know, like the following week, you know, and it was turning red.
Yeah, it just depends on what kind that you have.
Yeah, you know, and I didn't know. I grabbed some seeds from Home Depot. I was like, plant something, you know.
Well, you know, you can, when you buy them, you just take and put them in the dirt. Just
just like green onion.
Is that simple?
You know, it's that simple.
Right.
Lettuce and green onion.
That's
like
what
if
it
you
was,
look,
green onion.
if you look on my page, Wanna Go Fit. If you look on my like page, I have a series that I did called Just Grow It.
Oh,
and
nice,
what I
nice.
did was, as I started my garden this year, I would just kind of check in and show people or whatever, you know, what you could do. With lettuce and green onion, you literally can start it in a cup, get a little clear glass cup.
Yeah.
Put some water in it. When you next time you get your lettuce or whatever, chop it off at the stalk, put it in there.
Really?
Put it in the sun.
That's it? Oh, man.
That's it.
I
had green onions. How long does it take to grow? I'll tell you something about
Not
the green
very
onions.
long. Not very long.
I had green onions, right? And the garden ended up getting flooded. Right? So it got flooded, and that's what kind of killed what was going on in the garden. Okay. And everything died but the green onions. The green onions kept living. You know, like I was still, you know, I'm like, you can't even kill these things. You know, so with a flooded garden, I'm looking like, wow, the onions are still doing good. So I'm pulling them up, looking at them like, onion was perfect.
Yeah.
You know? So them green onions, once you plant them, they good. They ain't gonna grow no matter what.
World War II,
You can start them in the cup and put them in the dirt. That's usually how, you know, I do that. And lettuce.
And it's fun.
It is.
It is fun.
It's rewarding, man.
It is.
It's very rewarding.
Like you said, you feel like you are participating and doing something healthy for you, for your family.
Right.
You know, getting back to the, you know, the old school ways.
Exactly.
So healthier eating is the first line of defense, I'll say, towards lowering high blood pressure.
Yes.
And to getting rid of diabetes.
Yes.
Now, what about exercise? Both of you guys are proficient in exercise. So how much more can you increase your health? Okay, so you're eating better, and now you got to add in being a little bit more active in exercise.
Yeah.
Right?
Not a little bit more.
A little bit more. A lot
being
more?
active.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You know, being active. I mean, but you could, like you said, you can start off slow, walking and so forth. You know, but again, I take it back to where, like I said, we're connected to our devices. We're connected to the TV. So I mean, even if that's what you want to do, I tell my people, you know, I have all types of workouts that I give them, and I call them the commercial break workout.
Okay.
You know, when you are, you know, and because many people don't like commercials, you know, but watch something with commercials, work out in between.
That's
you know,
idea.
I mean, gosh,
I actually do that too. Like doing sports games, the Ravens game. I do it while I'm watching it. You know,
I can do.
You know, just
running, whatever.
Place, whatever you got to do to stay active. Your body loves it. I don't care if it's just making your arms go in a circle. It's going to be beneficial.
This is true. This is true. And the thing is, like, as far as like people in activity, it comes down to time. You know, we say, oh, we don't have time.
Right.
I can't make it to the Planet Fitness, you know.
Right.
But the thing is, though, sometimes your everyday activity, maybe, you know, instead of like, you know, you came up the elevator, I came up the steps.
Did you? There you go.
You know, it looked shady, but but I came up the steps. You know, it's about taking those extra little steps to make just better choices. Honestly and truly, I think that anything can be cured with choices.
There you go.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And we're going to end on that note. So we're going to go to commercial break. We'll be back. Black by Demand, Brother Mike. Stay tuned.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Even as a comedian, if I say a joke and it just might not fit your cup of tea, but it's mine, that's what a comedian is supposed to do.
But people forget
everybody's not going to find your jokes funny. They better find mine funny.
But they forget that, though. They really forget that. They forget that but it's your view. That's why they didn't fire her.
Yeah.
Because her viewpoint is controversial.
Her view. That's the view she sees.
Right.
Everybody is clear to her.
Like they did their reaction to
cellophane.
They did the reaction to the Chris Rock Oscar, and they were talking about Stacey Dash, and I don't think she agrees with Stacey Dash, but she pointed her out as somebody who has an opinion that's just different from everybody else's.
Her opinion is just stupid, though. Stacey Dash, she's
like a dash. Let's just move on.
I think she's intelligent, but her
You're still going.
opinion.
We're gonna move on. Stacey Dash doesn't need to be talked about. She's irrelevant.
You said her name like 3 times already.
She's irrelevant.
I said it once.
Dash. Dot. So, I couldn't have meant that more. She is so irrelevant. I'm not even going to say her name. But we're here every Tuesday, and we talk about people just like that at 7 p.m. only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, you know, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, you know, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. Like, I've learned I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what I That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do.
The pay?
I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. And when you got kids, and when you got a wife, and then you doing everything, and you know you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place you, like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
That is a nice commercial.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Black Body Man radio show. In case you missed out, we are here talking about nutritional health and disease in the black community. So we've been touching on high blood pressure, been touching on diabetes, we've been touching on strokes. I want to bring up another one here. It says, despite lower tobacco exposure, black men are 50% more likely than white men to get lung cancer. And that these deaths from the lung cancer comes from scarring of the lungs. And they call it sarcoidosis. And I'm not familiar with that. You know, is anybody familiar with
I've heard of it. I have heard of it.
And it says it's 16 times more common amongst blacks. And then last but not least is asthma.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, I'll tell you a story that I seen about asthma. This was with Dr. Truman on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
He had a brother call in, because Dr. Truman is a master herbalist. So he had a guy call in. He was actually Jamaican. So he's like, listen, he said, I want to ask you a question, Dr. Truman. He said, when I was young, I had asthma. He said, and I had it for the first 9 years of my life. He said, one time my uncle came to visit me from Jamaica. And when he came, he brought these herbs.
Yeah.
He said, and he crushed these herbs up, and he had me eat the herbs.
Okay.
He said, and I ate the herbs, and after about 10 minutes, I got sick. He said, and I started throwing up. But all of this, like, mucus was coming out of me. He said, now, ever since then, I've never had asthma anymore.
Wow.
You know, he's like, now, I was 9 years old. He said, so what I'm asking you as a master herbalist, am I just tripping? You know what I mean? That happened that way? Or did my uncle really give me something that did that? So the master herbalist, he was like, oh, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you the herbs that he gave you. So he ran down the actual herbs that his uncle gave him. And then he told him, the good news is today we know what herb to eliminate to prevent you from getting sick. So we can still produce the same results without you getting sick. And he explained to him that what he saw coming out of him was the mucus from the mucous membrane in his lungs and stuff that was giving him asthma. He's like, so asthma is no different than any other disease. If you change the way you eat, and you can actually begin to take that mucus out of your body. Now, Dr. Sabi speaks deep on that as well, about using the herbs to get rid of asthma, because evidently asthma is very, very serious amongst us, and more black people die from asthma than other races. You know what I mean? So I found that to be interesting, because I know people with asthma, but like asthma is like such a thing, like the people who have it, they just kind of carry it like it's just a part of their life. Right. You know, like, oh,
I have asthma.
Yeah, you have asthma. Okay,
I have asthma.
So you can definitely, speak on that.
I don't take medication every day, every week. It's actually very far and few between.
Right.
I feel as though through my diet and through my activity,
that changed it. You know, when I was less active, I haven't been hospitalized in years. I mean, years.
Nice.
And all of it started kind of after I stopped sitting down. I got up. I started moving.
Right.
You know, I have a thing. I said I ran it away. Basically, you know, but just through cardio respiratory training, just ran it out, and I learned how to breathe, you know, while I was doing so, and I'm good.
Right.
I mean, that's, you know, I usually have flare-ups, I guess. I guess if I'm in a smoky environment, you know, it has to be something brought on, you know, something will bring it on. But for the most part, no, I don't have any issues.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I think your lifestyle is probably what's preventing you from going through what other people go through, and that's what I want to communicate today. Like, we're evolving, you know what I mean, with our knowledge.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean, and I love learning. You know, so learning that what we eat can have such a profound effect on our lifestyle, our energy levels, our sickness levels, so forth and so on. I want to read a comment here from Miss Margie Atkins McCullen, which is a classmate of mine. Margie says, there's nothing better than feeding your family food that you've grown, and what's even better is getting your children involved with the process.
Right.
Less picky eaters when they grow what they eat and pick what they grow.
Oh my goodness.
Hard work, but the benefits are beautiful. And that's a good point where she says they will be less picky if they're participating in growing it. Because, you know, this is children.
Absolutely.
Right? So you can stimulate children's mind and have them wanting to see, let's go see how the peppers are doing today. Let's go see how, you know what I mean, the cabbage heads are doing. And then once that is at full growth, they're going to want to taste it.
Oh, yeah.
Because they grew it.
Oh, yeah.
They grew it. So, so great comment, Margie.
Yeah.
I appreciate you mentioning that.
And you know, one thing about as far as picky children grow into picky adults.
Yes.
I am amazed when I sit down, you know, when my clients come to me, we sit down and we do like our initial evaluation. So I'm asking you about everything. And when I can't tell you how many people say, oh, I don't eat that.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, I don't eat that.
Right.
Oh, I get...
And you know why? Because it's nasty. And my thing is, what is this thing with if it's nasty, I'm not going to eat it? Because, you know, most of the stuff that's beneficial to us, it may be nasty. Like Brussels sprouts, whatever the case is.
I don't agree with that. It's all in your preparation.
And that's true.
And like you said, the herbs, the seasonings, and so forth. If you're into spice, like you said, spice is my favorite. You know, all types of peppers and so forth. You know, fresh garlic, fresh herbs. You know, use those things.
The fresh garlic.
You know.
But once you become serious about health, you can't use that excuse of this is nasty, because that thing that's nasty might be the thing that
save your life.
Yeah, save your life. You know what I mean?
I think people's bodies are used to the chemicals because, like, when you're used to feeling bad, you don't know what it's like to feel good. So, if you just are used to, like me, like I'm trying to break coffee because what I did, I didn't really. Actually, I had to get up and handle that business, and then I had to go. I went and got a cup of coffee, but I don't need that caffeine. I'm already. I don't really need it. It's a psychological thing. Because I really don't. I was like, after I had it, I was like, I didn't really need that. It made me feel wiry. It's okay to have it every once in a while, but you don't need to have just. If you need something every day to keep you up, then that's an addiction. It's if you need something every day.
Right.
You know, now this I've recently been battling with my addiction with coffee. Actually, the past year has been such a. I was an avid coffee drinker.
Me too. Wow.
Avid every day. And I don't do, you know, like fat free, and so I wanted the real cream, you know, like that was it. And I, you know, I began, like I said, the program that I do, the supplements that I use, we do our 24-day challenge. So one of the things that they took out was coffee. Man, let me tell you, I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it.
You're going too far.
Taking it too far.
I don't know why I stopped doing it, because I would have tea and honey in the morning, and I would have some fresh ginger and put a little bit in there. And that actually gave me energy. And it was strong. To be honest, it was stronger than the coffee. So it's like, why am I doing it? Because ginger don't cost nothing. If you can get the whole little, even So I don't even. And tea bags are how much? So tea bags and ginger, it don't take me. So it's just like you said about being dedicated. because I'm not dedicated, so I got to get dedicated.
Coffee was a habit I never actually picked up. Me and my brother, we were fortunate. Like, my mother didn't have any bad habits. Like, she didn't smoke, she didn't drink coffee, she didn't drink alcohol. Me and my brother drink alcohol. We ended up, coming up and not smoking and drinking coffee. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that plays right into what she was saying, that some of the habits get carried down
and traditions
to the children. But let's go to commercial break, and then we're gonna come back and finish up on this Black Body Man Radio Show. Please stay with us and keep tuned in, and we'll be back after the break.
That's good stuff.
Check out this flashback from Talk Lately with Monty only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. What's going on with you?
All is well. I was just talking. I heard you talking about the climate and everything. So what do you think is like signs of the time?
Yeah, it could be.
It's not signs. I don't believe God is a woman. She ain't coming back no time soon. She's taking her time.
I like your thinking. She's a woman.
Say it again.
I said I like your thinking. She's a woman. She's smart.
Yeah, she's a woman. Women won't take their time. The thing is, you shouldn't be ready for God to come back. You should just get yourself ready. Period.
True. Be prepared.
Always.
I gotta make sure I go buy a boat this weekend then, because these floods ain't no joke.
Buy a boat.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna flood the city. If it do flood the city, maybe it wash away some of this crime.
But look, I live in Federal Hill. I live right next to the water. I'm next.
Okay, well that's fine. That's fine. You be next. You buy your boat. Federal Hill need to go down anyway. Bunch of trailer trash down. I've been down there for years. I don't understand why black people will move to Federal Hill. That's where they was hanging people at.
'Cause it's better. What?
Hello?
Yeah, I gotta go to break. I thank you for your call, though.
Don't thank me. Thank them white people you live next door to.
I will, as soon as I get home, to make sure she sweeps up front, because I'm on it.
You better hope they ain't got no damn rope in their backyard, because they hanging us.
Oh, gosh. In Federal Hill? We don't have no trees.
They're going to hang you from the porch. It ain't got to be no tree.
A porch? All right, thank you. Damn, they hanging us. We'll be right back.
All this and much more every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Talk Lately with Monty. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Check out this flashback of the Artist Exchange Radio Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, here live on BeExposedRadio.com. In the building, we have live Mr. Michael Ryder. There we go. And Mr. Steve Yarn. They're doing a partnership based on what was it again? The stories of the Vulcan Blazers. An awesome production that they have coming up. And now the name of it will be called
Baltimore Heat.
There we go. They were telling us a little bit about, they're in the pre-production phase of developing this Baltimore-based production. It seems like a really awesome idea. I'm always love for more artistic events to come here, and because it's more of an event, because you guys are going to...
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Black Body Man Radio Show. If you missed anything, we're here talking about nutritional health and diseases in the black community. So we was going over alcohol. You know what I mean? And Jason, you was making a point that alcohol plays a major part.
It's the number one killer out of all any drugs or drugs or alcohol. It's the number one by far. It's close to second, I think, was like heroin, but that even was low compared to the numbers of alcohol deaths.
Right.
Just from driving, from cirrhosis of the liver, from drinking, all the stuff combined.
True poison.
True poison.
Legal
yes.
poison. But weed is illegal.
But it can be taxed, so you don't
right. Marijuana is illegal, but alcohol is legal. That's interesting. And it's never been proven that alcohol has served any medicinal purposes.
Never. No.
Unless it's 1848 and you just got cut. And they're gonna pour it into your wounds so they can sterilize it, right?
I'm thinking when I have been sick, like if I had a cold. Now I think about it, we did a hot toddy.
Hot toddy will break up that.
Yeah, we did a hot toddy.
So we got a purpose for alcohol.
Right, but that's about it.
That's about it. That's about it. Other than that, it's doing us dirty. Huh?
Yeah.
Doing us dirty.
Just a little.
So what about the tobacco exposure? It says black men are 50% more likely to get lung cancer from tobacco exposure. Now, it's been proven that they advertise for tobacco heavy in low-income black communities.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing the billboard, the Newport 100 billboards, because I'm originally from Rhode Island. So when I was in Providence as a kid, all I saw was just, living in the city, just Newport 100. That's all I saw. Like, not even Marlboro. That was
because they knew what demographic smoked Newports.
Yeah, because I don't smoke cigarettes, so I'm not an expert on it. But over the years, I have noticed, so Marlboros seem to be what white people smoke, and then black people smoke Newports. So how did that happen? Right. Who designed that?
Dangerous. Marlboros, cowboy killers.
Who designed that?
It was marketing. It's marketing.
Right.
Marlboro was the cowboy.
John
Wayne.
You know
what I'm saying? So that's who you identified with. Okay. I don't know if you recall. Cools.
Yes.
Billy D. Williams, you know what I'm saying? That's cool, man.
And Colt 45.
Colt 45.
Billy D was killing Billy D, we like you, but she was selling.
Oh, man. They used them to get to us. They knew that we would go.
I'm not a smoker, but I've smoked a cigarette before.
Right.
And I've smoked a Newport 100 and a Marlboro 27. And let me tell you, it's a big difference. Newports are strong. Marlboro 27s are lighter, and when you take them in, it's not heavy. You smoke a Newport, you feel it in your chest. It's like taking a shot.
That would scare me to death. I'd be scared of that.
I don't smoke. I haven't smoked I was just trying it out, but I don't smoke.
No, I used to smoke. And that's the thing. I used to smoke. I used to go.
Okay, so all three of y'all used to smoke.
I did.
Wow.
Quit about 10 years ago.
It's been years. It's been a long time. But I recall going to the bar in my neighborhood because they were all there and getting Newport Lights. Is it Lights? It was
Newport Lights.
Right.
Yeah, it was a Lights.
My aunt, that's what she smoked.
Okay.
So, she'd be like, go give me a pack of cigarettes. Back then, you could go and get a pack of cigarettes. You know what I mean?
No problem.
And so it was nothing for me just to be like, and plus they sold like Lucy's, I'm like, so I'm up here like, I'm cool,
Right.
No, really not cool, man. Really not cool. Not at all.
Yeah, I never smoked cigarettes. I mean, I did used to smoke, but it wasn't cigarettes.
But now
I had to get something out of
cigarettes. But bringing that up,
right?
And the tobacco use. What do you see? You also see, like you said, if you're smoking the other or so forth,
Mary Jane.
that not a lot of people. Yeah,
that's still tobacco.
I mean, I'm old school. It came from you do a white boy. Just a little bit. But here, I mean. They got stuff, and it's like
blunts, the cigarette, but still tobacco paper,
or even doing if a lot of people I see is Black and Milds.
I smoked those too.
I
did try them out in the 90s, for a little bit. You know what I mean? But I was like,
but that's
I
like
can't do this.
5 cigarettes in one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was disgusting.
Right.
Breath stinking, you know what I mean?
Yes.
This wasn't good.
Yes.
You know, because I was young in
Right.
my 20s, and it was the cool thing to do.
Right.
That's when it first popped off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so we on the
Yeah.
block, you know, with the Black and Miles. I'm choking. Trying to look cool. Trying to look cool.
You're not looking cool at all.
I realized, what am I doing? This ain't for me. You know, this
I
is
will
out
say
of control.
about the marijuana, and I've thought about this, right? When government and big business gets involved in any type of product, how good can it be for you? Because even with these marijuana shops, and you can smoke it in D.C., you can smoke it in, but they're trying to have a high yield in order to meet the customer demand. So think about just like the food. Think about the chemicals that they're putting. In
See, I think
grow.
that's the problem with the marijuana. Today. It's not the same marijuana.
No, it's no.
And now they done got into all these genetic strains.
Yeah,
you know, you got moon rocks and stuff like that. Like a marijuana buzz or high is supposed to have been enjoyable, but now they got weed out here that's going to put you on an LSD trip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't want none of that.
I know.
I don't want none of that.
I'll pass.
They have this one where they have it dabbing, right?
Right.
Which is weird because I'm young enough, but I'm old enough. That dab little Manila, it looked like crack. So I'm like, I'm not ever smoking anything that looks like some crack. I don't care. I'm not dabbing nothing. So y'all can dab all day. I'm not doing it. That's crazy, man.
So let me ask a question. So when it comes to marijuana versus cigarettes, there's no statistics about people getting lung cancer or dying from marijuana or any of that. You know what I mean? But yet it still has that stigma attached to it because you know what it's been through over time. But hey, if you smoke weed, it's better than cigarettes.
It's better than cigarettes.
All I'm gonna say.
That is true.
I can't judge. Been there, done that, got the T-shirt.
But it's only illegal because some guy who owned a paper company
was mad. I think I told you that story.
Was mad because it was cheaper to grow marijuana to make the rope or the paper than it was his system.
Well, he thought it was going to threaten the cotton industry. They realized that marijuana, hemp, made better rope, better clothing, things like that, right? But the problem was cotton was leading the industry because of the cotton gin. So they could make, 100 sheets of cotton versus just making one hemp sheet. So even though the hemp sheet was better, better material, but it took longer to do. So this is what kept cotton ahead of the industry. So when they finally developed a piece of equipment that could take the hemp and make it into cotton, like it does. Calling doing the show, interesting. they could now had a machine where they could make the hemp at the rate they could make the cotton. It was a particular guy who owned a lot of the cotton industry. He was so fearful that hemp was now going to take over the cotton industry. He went to one of his connects at a big newspaper and gave him a story to print out that said marijuana is causing black men to go crazy and rape white women and causing white women to have sexual desires for black men.
Really? Wow.
Well, that was enough to scare all of white society to make them say,
of course,
marijuana is illegal. So that's how marijuana became illegal, based off of a lie of someone else being afraid that they were going to lose out in the industry they were leading in.
Wow.
And they basically don't tell that story. They because they have no basis for marijuana doing anything to anybody. Nobody's dead, nobody's and then you got now the medicinal testimonies of people with AIDS and cancer. It's been proven that the cannabis oil cures tumors and all that type of stuff.
CBD
So it's interesting.
Wow.
It's interesting.
It is.
So Rick James had it right. Mary Jane. Mary Jane. She ain't going nowhere.
Not going nowhere. Hilarious.
How about that, right?
But like you said, as far as everything that's centralized in our community, if we just read a book.
Debbie on that. Debbie on reading books. I got a library. I'm with you on that.
Read a book. Do your own investigations and kind of decide. What's best for your lifestyle. Like I said, I personally, I do still
eat pork, and I do occasionally, I do have something sweet, if I want it or whatever. But it's in moderation. All of these things that we are mentioning or so forth isn't because you tried a cigarette one time, or you had a beer one time. This is because your lifestyle
revolves around
these things.
Your body can't, erase it from your body as fast. But like you say, in moderation, that one beer every couple weeks is probably beneficial. Actually, I did Google that once, the benefits of beer, and I was surprised. It was like a long list of benefits.
It's got wheat in it.
Hey, man, roll with it.
There you go.
Drinking healthy.
Grapes and wine, all goes hand in hand.
Moderation is good. And you know what? It's a newscast that does the older people that live past 100. So I think this older lady lived to like 110. And they asked her what was her secret. And she said she ate bacon every day for breakfast or something like that. So it goes to show you that, yes, pork is bad, but, everybody's body is different.
Everybody's body is different. That's true.
Choices, though.
Choices, though.
Choices.
Yeah, definitely choices. And I think part of those choices is, like you said, we have to make the choice to want to educate ourselves on the reality of diseases and its relation to health and the foods you eat, because we can make some changes. You know what I mean? Again, that's what I want this platform to be. I want it to be educational for black people, so we have discussions about things that you might not normally have a discussion about, and hopefully we all get to learn from these discussions and kind of evolve a little bit. You know what I mean?
One of the things that I think in our community, we don't want to invest in our health.
Very true.
I'm a personal trainer. I'm a nutritional coach. I've been doing this for 10 years. Am I rich yet? No. And notice I said yet.
Right.
But
it's coming.
It's coming. But the thing about it is, we would much rather, go and invest in our clothes or, our cars or whatever, than in our actual health and making our, not only yourself, but your family. Because, I had this thing about, as far as like with my children, as a parent, your job is to make sure that you send the best individuals out into the world to make a difference in the world. That is what your job is. So if you're teaching your children crappy habits, well, guess what they're going to go and teach?
That's what they're going into the world with.
Crappy habits.
To their kids, and then so on and so on.
Exactly. Like I said, we have all these, and then we have like kind of these stigmas on things too. That's for white people. Like I said, even like myself, like I said, with supplements, I was like, nah, that's white people do that. The muscle. I was like, that's for people who be, I ain't trying to be no. Exactly. I'm like, I don't want to be no bodybuilder. Be like, hey, my name is Kiana. Nobody wants to do that. But I learned, like I said, through education, and that's what it's about. Take the time and educate yourself. When it, like right now, it's time for me to eat. Soon as we get off, I got my shaker bottle and a shake in the car. I'm gonna shake that thing up and be on it.
Before the show,
be on it. It's making sure that you make good choices. Don't worry about what. I have a saying that I said: stay on your own mat. And what I mean by that is, don't worry about what they doing over there. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Worry about what works best for you. Make the choices that work best for you, and you will see a difference. I really feel like if we stop worrying about, that we don't do that. If we got past that, oh my goodness.
Put yourself in a box like that. Even with the music, like 92Q shouldn't be the only station you listen to just because you feel like you're black. 104.3, 102, whatever. Open your mind up.
On our second show, we actually talked about black cycles. So that was one of the things we were saying. We need to incorporate some new cycles that we pass down to our children. So the way we eat was one of the ones that we touched on. Because our kids learn their first first eating habits from us. And we're not realizing that we starting them off early with these bad eating habits. You know what I mean? When you don't feel like, preparing the proper meal for that little toddler or whatever, you're like, well, just give him a piece of chicken. Like you don't know what you establishing with that, right?
This is true.
You don't know what you establishing. So I think it will pass down to the generations. But we do have to have a more consciousness about health. And we're not, like we are too complacent with being around sick black people, right? Like we're complacent.
It's the norm.
It's the norm. It's the norm. Instead of somebody saying, "Hey, wait a minute," now you go, "Why all of us got diabetes and high blood pressure and all that? And what can we do about it?"
Me and a friend, we had a discussion about this. Like my mother's generation, with our families, you don't talk about issues. Like you don't question your aunt or older. They don't talk about stuff. They just don't. Like you ever find out a family secret and you like, so and so happened? I didn't know. Right. Like, the older people, that's how it's structured. You don't talk about it. Like I can't come and question my mother about anything. Like that's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. That's how the community is. That has to be broken. Because we don't share information, or we're not open to information with each other as families, and everybody knows if you're black, you know what that is, it's true.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, with my personal situation, it kind of was a little battle with my mother for a minute there. But I started showing her other things to support the things I was trying to teach her, and then she eventually came around because I'm like, Mom, you know what I mean? I don't want to have this info and then not share it with you because I don't want my mother sick either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And she slowly began to evolve. So now we're a few years in. When I find out something, I call up like, look, Mom, I just found out, don't eat this, don't eat that. It's bad for you. So, okay, baby, I ain't going to eat it no more. So I was real happy that she finally, because you know how, our parents are from our age group. They're not trying to hear nothing,
What's funny about that is that your mom listened to you.
Right. And what's the chances?
No. Now, what happened? Well, now she does. But it took somebody else. Like I had a nutritional mixer at my house. I invited my mom to come, and I invited my mentor to come, and we were there, and I noticed that my mentor and my mom were sitting kind of had their little huddle, and I just didn't even think about it. After that, she was like, "You know what, Kiana? I think I'm ready. I'm gonna do this program, and I think it's the time." Man, I've been trying to get you on Team Wanna Go Fit for years, man. Like, what the heck?
Yeah. But they needed reinforcement from somebody else.
She needed reinforcement from somebody else to know that wasn't just my thing. Right. But like what she didn't even realize is she was the reason I totally went into this field anyway. Okay. I mentioned that she had every video, every exercise thing, everything that you could think of, these diets. And I remember calling my grandmother one day and said, she's trying to starve me up here. I mean, it was these things, that she, like you said, she didn't realize it, but she was planting seeds in me to where when I found myself in that situation, I was like, I don't want to be here. Right. Walking with my 15-year-old daughter the other day, we saw a mother and her daughter, and they were both pretty hefty people. Right. And my daughter looked and said, man, I feel sorry for that child. She's learning all the wrong things.
Let me interject on you right here. We're going to go to commercial break, but I love that story, though. This is Miss Milan. Miss Milan. Yes. WannaGoFit.com. We'll be back after the break.
Ladies, are you in need of the best quality hair extensions, a cute outfit, or that perfect pair of shades? Pink Ice products can cover you from head to toe, from flawless weaves to apparel. Visit us online at pinkiceproducts.bigcartel.com. We're located at 3000 Old Alabama Road, 119-303, Alpharetta, Georgia. Or give us a call at 470-488-6484. Come on in and check out Pink Ice products today.
Man, it is what it is. Man, it is what it is. Well, it is what it is.
This Fly T Miles, also known as Tyree Miles and Mr. Miles the Writer.
Hip Hop K, check us out every Friday on Be Exposed Radio at 9/11.
Coming to y'all soon.
Last time on Talk Lately.
Government. I don't understand why. Look, me, and I haven't said anything either. But this is my moment. Where this American Healthcare Act is. Oh, you all right? Ooh, a sneeze and a cough. How'd that work out? That sounds real difficult. Like, damn, sneezing is like you skipping a heartbeat. A cough is like you bringing up a lung. So it was like a sneeze and a cough. So you was dying twice. Because you was coughing. I was like, you okay? Achoo! What? How you fit that in there? So, now back to the American Healthcare Act, because you're going to need that.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
All right, welcome back to the Black Body Man Radio Show. We have reached the end of this show. It's been a great show. I hope you guys learned a few things. So, conclusion. In conclusion, I think we all agree that one of the things that we can do as a community of people to kind of reduce these 7 common diseases amongst us: diabetes, cardiovascular disease, what else did I have here? Heart disease, high blood pressure, asthma, stroke, so forth and so on, is learn more about having better eating habits. Because a lot of these diseases are coming from the things that we eat, contrary to what people may believe. And I think also you have to have the understanding that, when you go to the doctor, like, they can't really save you without you participating. Right. You got to participate, right?
Yes.
You can't just say, "Doc, give me
such
a pill."
Such a true statement.
Like you have to participate. So I want to thank all my guests here today. Miss Kiana Milan of wannagofit.com. Please check her ad out on blackbytheman.com. Get in contact with this woman. Anything you want to say to my audience?
I actually do. An effort to help you eat better. I'm actually in September doing the Fall in Love with Veggie Challenge.
Nice.
I mean, this is free for everybody to participate. You can visit my website. You can find out all about it. But just basically post on my like page. It'll be a daily post. Post your veggies, your meals. You don't have to cut out. I'm not asking you to cut out meat, but I am asking you to increase your live, and that means fruits and veggies. Live foods. So find out more about that, like I said, but it is free for everybody to participate, and everyone who does participate and follow the rules actually can win free personal training. So just throwing that out there. Saving the world 1 pound at a time, man.
Yes.
Get with it.
Yeah. We definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Wannagofit.com, everybody. Check that out. And also my man, personal trainer here, Mr. Kevin Little. Yep. If you guys are not familiar with Kevin, check out my Facebook page for Black by the Man. You'll see pictures of Kevin on there rocking.
Most definitely.
Black by the Man shirt looking like Hercules.
That's love, man.
And as usual, my main man, Jason Gomes, guest co-host. Jason, appreciate you making it in, man. I know traffic was a little backed up. So yeah, man, our message to everybody, man, we just we got love for our people. We don't have any hate for anybody else, but we want to educate and we want all of us to do better. So hopefully this show did something for you guys. I appreciate you guys coming in.
Thanks
this
for
was a
having
great
me.
show.
It was a great show.
Great discussion.
Awesome. I loved it, man.
Right. Thank you, brother. So this is Black by the Man Radio with your boy, Brother Mike. Appreciate y'all signing in, and I'll catch you all on the flip side, and y'all know what side that is, the black side.
Have a good one.
Check out what you missed on Be Exposed Radio.
It doesn't say alleged anywhere in here.
This is the wrong song to play in this topic.
They're saying 4 years ago, according to a $20 million lawsuit, the plaintiff, who was also